So, hey, welcome back to Heart Check Podcast. My name is Kanisha Simone, your host. And today I have a special guest, my man, TJ. Go ahead, introduce yourself, babe.
Hello. You already introduced me. There's no need for an introduction. They know who I am.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about mental health when it comes to headship in a marriage or a relationship and how men deal with that from my husband's perspective, not mine, because I'm not a man. So,
I was about to say, I'll let you. I
from
like to
his
hear what you got to
perspective, not
say.
mine.
I like to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I will be talking, throughout, but it's good to hear a man's opinion on
Yeah.
something like that because men don't talk about it. People don't talk about it. It's one of those touchy subjects. Like,
Yeah.
people think they just know what headship is. So, can you explain exactly what that is in a marriage?
It's in layman's terms, pretty much is leadership. It's what's expected from a man in a relationship, the obstacles that you go through to achieve that. When you think of a husband, when you think of a fiance, when you think of a boyfriend, because even long-term relationships, you boyfriend, girlfriend, whichever way, you want to be the leader of that relationship.
Right.
You want to be the provider of that relationship. You want to provide mentally, emotionally, financially, sexually. It's just like in every aspect as a man, you should be the foundation. You want to be the foundation of that relationship. The man is pretty much like the roots of everything. And my wife, which happens to be you're the person that helps everything flourish. But when it comes to being a leader of a household, and I'm mainly talking about husband, wife, children. Usually if you don't have any children, a lot of things just don't pertain to you. You're just two adults that live together and y'all could honestly do whatever y'all want to do to a certain extent. But as compared to somebody with a bunch of kids, you can do a lot more. So when I say these things, I'm mainly talking about a family, which is a husband, wife, children.
Yeah.
Society says that a man should be a leader. God says that you should be the leader of your household. But it's not as easily said. It's not easily done than said. No, it's not easily said as done.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not easily said as done. It's one thing to just say it, even to think about it. As a kid, I always had aspirations to do that, to be like that leader. But now I'm grown, and it's just a lot different now. And a problem with men is that we tend to suppress our emotions. We suppress our feelings. It comes off as weak. It's not weak at all, but it comes off as weak. That's how you were raised. Like as a boy, you better not be crying. And it's funny, like I have to catch myself sometimes with my sons because I tend to do those kind of things because that's what happened to me. Like you better not cry. Oh, you better get up and wipe them tears. So from a younger age, you're taught to suppress your emotions. So when you're an adult and you're the leader of your household, everything isn't perfect in life. I feel that you go through things, everybody goes through things, whether it's mental breakdowns, whether it's financial instability, just whatever it may be. People just go through things, but those things that people go through can cause you to lose yourself mentally.
Right.
And if you lose yourself mentally, it happens. A lot of people do that. A lot of people talk to therapists. A lot of people have their ways of dealing with that. But as a man that's been taught to suppress their emotions and their feelings, they tend to just hold it in.
Why do you think that that dads and like other male figures raise their sons to suppress all their emotions, and like your only outlet is your mom, or like the woman in your life when you're a kid, that's the only person you really show your emotions to? Because I think after a while it comes to a point where they don't even show their emotions to their mom anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that is something that society placed on men. And it's one of those It's one of those things that's just been passed down from generation to generation.
Right, right.
But it's one of those things that shouldn't have been passed down from generation to generation. I'm starting to realize, like, our generation, we're the ones that's starting to break a lot of those old ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Not everything, but we are starting to break a lot of those old ways. But that's what the issue is, because when you actually analyze it and think about it, there's no reason to tell a young emotional boy, you better stop crying, you better wipe them tears away, you better not be sad. Like,
Right.
being sad is just it's an emotion, it's a feeling, and to tell someone they're not allowed to feel that way is just ridiculous. You're just setting that kid up for failure.
Right. It's not healthy or normal.
No,
It's not normal for that to happen.
It's not normal.
For a human.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. This
for a
isn't
human.
Exactly. This isn't even just like a man thing. This is a human thing. Like,
Right.
you should be able to express yourself. If you're happy, you should be able to express that you're happy. If you're sad, you should be able to express that you're sad. But as I said, these are just things that have been passed down from generation to generation, father to father. So now we have fathers that are going through things in life, and they don't know how to express it. They don't know. They don't have an outlet. At least they don't think that they have an outlet.
Fathers, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have an outlet, and what they do is they suppress it, and till it eventually becomes something a lot worse than what it could have been. You have men that have mental breakdowns. You have men that contemplate suicide, that actually go
Right.
through with suicide.
Yeah.
You know, and most people around would be like, man, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know. Like, man, he was cool just yesterday. Like, yeah, he's been going through it. Like, it's the worst. And I feel so bad for people that's just like smiling on the outside, but just so beat up and tired on the inside.
Right. Because you can't read it on their face. You
No.
never know. You know what I mean?
You cannot read it on their face. And most of the time, you don't realize it until it's too late. You know, you don't realize it until it's too late, till something drastic happened, and they made a crazy decision, and you find a letter left on their nightstand.
Right.
And to think that it won't happen to you is also what's crazy. Like, a lot of people just feel like, nah, I'd never get to that situation.
Right.
Everybody has their lows, you know,
Yeah.
everybody has their lows, but what's more important about this whole conversation is being able to express yourself, being able to let it out. I feel that if you're going to be a leader of a household, you have to have your mind right. How you go about that is something for you to figure out. I know with me, I tend to, I have people in my life that I can talk to, you know, about certain situations. I don't have people that I can talk to, like that one person I can just talk to about every last thing, because it may not apply to them, you know. But I do have people I can talk to. But more importantly for me, it was being able to talk to God about it.
Right.
I got to be able to talk to God. I got to give him my troubles, give him my problems. And once you start to normalize that, things start to get a lot easier. It helps out your communication with your spouse. You know, it helps you control conversations. You know, when a man is, like, let's just say a man is mentally broke, you know, for whatever reason. It could be financial, it could be anything.
Stress.
Yeah, just stress. So a man is
Yeah.
stressed out. As a spouse, it's hard to talk to that man. You know, like, you can just walk up to your husband like, hey, how's your day?
Right.
And they're just not saying anything, kind of silent. You know, and you as the wife, because you don't know anything going on, because that man doesn't express himself, you think everything is all good, and now you're just wondering, like, yo, why are you acting like that? You know, like, what's really going on with you? That's how men snap. You know,
Right.
you ever seen a man just snap, and you know you didn't really do anything? You know, like, what did I do to you? And it's just like, really, you didn't do anything. It's just life kicking him in the ass. It's life kicking him in the ass, and he does not know how to show it or how to express it. So that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. So imagine that person that's that mentally unstable being a leader of a household.
Is he really the leader?
He wants to be.
Yeah.
He wants to be. And a lot of times, right? So you have, and I'm gonna say, not every man goes through this,
Yeah.
because not every man is a leader.
Right. That's what I wanted to, like, interject on that, because I feel like there are a lot of men who think that they are the leader of their household, but they really not.
Yeah,
You
they're
know
not
what I
the
mean?
leader.
You're really
Yeah.
not, because
Yeah.
mentally, your mind got to be straight in order to lead the house. You can't be
Yeah.
the head and your whole mind is jumbled. You know what I mean? Therefore, your spouse doesn't understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
But if you are spiritually connected and you locked in with God, I feel like if you are married to your kingdom,
Yeah.
you know, husband and wife, it hits different because if you going through something and maybe I'm confused about it, I can go and talk to God about it, and God gonna talk to you.
Right.
Just like say we get into a bad argument or something like that, and I just leave it alone, God gonna check you about it. Or if it's me, vice versa, he gonna check me about it. But when you don't have nothing at the foundation to really help lead the relationships that help you be the head as you should be,
Right.
it's like we just out here winging it. We out here winging it for real.
Yep. Just praying to God that everything go how you want it to go.
Right.
Hoping that it goes how it's supposed to go. But
Praying and not being led correctly.
if you want to be, the thing is, if you want to be the leader of a household, you got to have structure.
Yeah.
And I believe that the structure starts within you, the leader himself. You have to have structure within yourself. You got to be well put together to be able to lead another human being.
Right.
You know, like I got a brain just like you got a brain. I got hands just like you got hands. Like you're capable of doing the things that I do, if need be.
Right.
Like you are capable of doing what I do. I'm not like a superhuman, but I chose to be in a position that I'm in. And then to go back to what I said, not all men are leaders, or not all men really want to be leaders. You know, like if you got life stressing you out about finances, keeping your house afloat, like making sure things is good for your kids, making sure things is good for your wife, like, and those kind of things are stressing you out. More than likely, like you are a leader, you just haven't got everything figured out yet, and it's stressing you out. As a man, if your electricity got cut off and you just didn't care, like, don't worry about it, man. We'll get that back on next week. Or you go figure out how to do that. You know, you figure out how to do that. You know,
That's wild.
Those aren't leader. You know what I mean? Those aren't leader characteristics. And I'm not. And when I speak about all the things I speak about, I'm not talking about that man. I'm not talking about that person. No. So it doesn't apply to everybody. But for the man that is the leader, or wants to be the leader, or strives to be the leader, like he can get stressed out just from life. And even women get stressed out over life. I'm not even saying this is just a man's thing. I'm just speaking from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
And their role in the household. You know, we all got roles, down to the children, down to the dogs. If these dogs don't make me happy and my family happy, they probably gonna go. You know, everybody has a role in the household. So I'm just mainly speaking from a man's leadership perspective.
Right.
You know, like you are the person that has to make sure that the water continues to run. You are the person that has to make sure you have the finances to put food in the house. I may not be the one going grocery shopping, but I'm gonna make sure that we can go grocery shopping. You know, as a man, you gotta make that happen. You know, you gotta feed your family. Put it in layman's terms, some people say you gotta feed your family. Like, yeah, you gotta feed your family.
Right.
And you know, literally, you gotta feed your family. So I think that that's just something, especially it being September, Suicide Awareness Month.
Right.
I think that is something that should be talked about. The mental health with the man, with the husband, with the fiance, with the leader of the household. We should be talking more about stress and what it does to a man.
Right.
You know?
And also help, not to interrupt you, but to help provide people with tools. Because I think that there are a lot of people out here who are natural born leaders and you can see it in them, but because they don't have the tools, they don't understand how to be a leader. So you got these people walking around thinking they like this alpha male and they're leading their family correctly, but because they don't have tools like, you know what I mean? They don't have the tools like mental health, going to therapy, talking to somebody, talking with God if you want to, talking, you know what I mean? Just having an outlet. You don't have those tools. So really, like, people like us, we look at it and we like, that's gonna crash.
Right.
You know it's gonna crash. You got the qualities, but you don't have the tools.
Right.
And sometimes you need the tools, you know, to go ahead and let it work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or to help be a better leader. Sit down with a man that you know is a leader.
Right.
That you see doing right or you aspire to be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Find your tool.
find you some tools.
Find your tool.
Yeah,
Yes.
find you some tools to
Find
help you grow.
Yes, find your tool. I 100% agree. Find your tool. You know, my tool may not be the next man's tool.
Right.
But as long as you find your tool and you find what gives you peace, what calms you down, what gets your mind straight, like I
True.
said, you know, mine's is with God, honestly. Right.
Like yours might be with God, somebody else might be, you know,
They favorite uncle. It could be
exactly.
like
Some people
yeah.
use stuff like exercising, running,
Yep.
listening to like ebooks, listening to podcasts, like whatever
Lo-fi.
your
I love some lo-fi music.
yeah, like whatever
Oof.
your tool is, utilize it in those times because it'll keep you sane, keep you level headed,
Right.
and you know, and always educate yourself. I feel like if you have that I know it all personality, because nobody knows it all.
Right.
But if you have that know it all personality, like I got this down pat, I got this father thing, this husband thing down pat, you can always learn more.
Yeah.
Like I learn every single day. Like I dedicate myself to learning something every single day.
No, for sure. I think that you should always learn. I don't think it's ever a time in your life where you just don't have to learn anything anymore.
Right.
You know, become a wiser person, become a smarter person. Read, just like you said, read, pray, if that's what you do, hopefully.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We
pray.
pray over here.
We do. We pray.
Because I know I don't got all the answers.
Yeah.
I think one of the problems that I had recently was I'm a real like big black and white person. So like it's either this or that. But then I had to learn, and also talking to like my pastor, she was telling me like everything ain't black and white. Some stuff you're just not gonna know. And some stuff is like way, way deeper than you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have context to stuff. Some stuff is rooted somewhere where you can't even see it.
Right.
Like a plant, you can't see the root, so I can't judge just the fruit of it, cause I don't know where it came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna know everything. Just continue and be open to learn. You know what I mean? But if you're not open to learn, and you just stuck doing the same thing over and over and over.
Life tends to do that to you.
Yeah.
Like, man, you live like it's so easy to fall into the cookie cutter lifestyle. The wake up at 6 o'clock, wake up at 5:30, get ready for work, get there by 7 o'clock, get off at 3, come home, watch Netflix, make dinner for you and your kids, watch some more TV, get in the shower, go to sleep, and do it again from Monday to Friday. Living a life like that, you're not really progressing, you're not really learning anything.
Right. Just stuck.
But one thing is certain, life will still beat you up. It's regardless of like which path you take in life, it really doesn't even matter. Like life be lifing,
It do.
regardless of what you're doing. So it's just like trying to avoid mental health and trying to avoid making sure your mind is clear. There's really no way to do it. It doesn't really matter your path in life. You need to make sure you have a way to just like let everything go, you know, just be right back at peace by the end of the day. I like to do it by the end of the day, like before
Yeah.
you go to bed. You know, I love going to bed, mind is right. Bad feeling going to bed with a headache because it's something you've been stressing over all day, and you go to sleep with that headache, you're gonna wake up with that same stress, just like, man, it's another day. You ever wake up just like, man, it's Tuesday?
I think you gotta like attack it head on too. Like, soon as it happens, be like, okay, this is depression, or this is stress, or this is anxiety, and like just shut it down.
Most people that get those things, though, they don't know that's what it actually
Yeah.
is, especially like depression, you know. Sometimes you just feel sad.
And that's why education is important too, right? Because when you're feeling those things and you start talking to people and educating yourself, you're like, okay, I kind of see myself falling into this. Let me go ahead and shut this down. And then once you go through it, you be like, I don't want to feel like that no more. And you just keep doing it over and over until, you know, eventually it stops.
Right.
But if you don't shut it down, as soon as it happens, ooh,
Yeah, like
that cycle.
I think like I said, and I agree with what you're saying, definitely. It's just being able to spot it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't shut down what you don't know. You may just feel like you're sad, just feel like you got a migraine, just feel like, you know, maybe I'm gonna just sleep it off. I just got a crazy headache. But you done had the headache for like 3 hours. Like, headaches don't usually last like that long, you know, and you stressed out. It's really about pinpointing it and knowing what's really going on with you to be able to fix it. But I definitely 100% agree with what you're saying, though. So
Yeah, that goes for like everybody though, not just marriages. That's like single in a
yeah,
relationship, whatever.
you could
Like
be a single woman,
once you
no
feel them
kids.
feelings, attack it head on.
Yeah,
Especially if you don't have the tools.
right.
You gotta have the tools. That's
Yeah,
very important.
yeah, because something like depression
It
that can
just
hit
like
anybody.
goes down a dark path and it's like never ending. It just
Yeah,
gets real dark. And it's like, and if you don't have no outlet, I don't know, it's bad. It's bad. And suicide is a real thing and it really does happen.
yes,
And you have to know that you're loved. You have to. You have to know that you're loved. You have to know that there's a purpose for your life. Somebody has to be reminding it, or you know what I mean? You have to memorize it yourself. Like,
yeah,
there's a purpose for you being here. You're not here for no reason. Someone out here loves you.
yeah, yes. My best friend committed suicide, and before he did it, like the days and weeks leading up to it, I mean, you know, because you've been
Yeah.
around, but the days, weeks leading up to it, nobody would have ever guessed. You
I
know
would have
that.
never guessed.
Never guessed. Like, I started to see small things, like seclusion
Yeah.
was starting to happen, not really wanting to hang out, like, I'm gonna just stay in my room kind of thing. But even that, though, you would probably just take it as they just, don't really want to be around you today. But I would say seclusion was something that started to happen, but like I said, it wasn't something that made you worry, I guess.
Yeah.
It was just like maybe you want to be by yourself, but that was it though. It was just like a couple of days of that, and then just gone,
And then just gone.
going to
Just like
next.
that.
Yep, going to next, and that's somebody that I never thought would have did that. That's why I say, like, a lot of people probably think in their head, like, this will never happen to me. Like, to this day, I can't tell you why he did it.
Right.
Cannot tell you why he did it.
And I'm
like,
pretty sure he wasn't thinking of the consequences either. Like,
No.
how many people you're going to hurt?
Yeah.
How many people can't live knowing, like, they're in the unknown? They don't know why you did it, what happened that day, what time you woke up. They don't know all the details.
Yeah.
And that's hard on family and friends and people that love you. And I think that when you have that, that type of, I don't want to say spirit on you, but when you have that on you,
Yeah.
like, it's hard to shake off and your mind is altered. Because I would have never in a million years thought that.
Never.
But wait a minute, the other side of it too is, what about when you try and then you don't succeed? You know what I mean? Like, you have these
Yeah.
suicidal thoughts and then you go and you do what you got to do and then you don't succeed. That feeling.
I think that happens a lot too.
That does happen a lot.
Because most people that commit suicide, they reach out for help.
Yeah, there's always a cry for help.
Yeah, always gonna be a cry for help. What that cry is, it varies. They're not necessarily walking up to somebody like, "Hey, man, I want to die. Can you help me?" It's not like that.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's something that I guess family and friends, somebody close to the person, would just have to notice. It's kind of off about that person. Like, man, you've been acting real funny lately. But like I said, man, man. I think sometimes I wonder if it would have been different if I was a little bit older. Happened when we were younger,
Yeah.
early 20s. Like, I'm like, man, I wonder what happened if it was like in my 30s and we really paid attention to mental health, because I'm not gonna lie, like I pay a lot of attention to mental health now and just where my headset is at. But at like 21, 22, that was never a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, where we grew up at, like, no one was talking about mental health.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
comes with, like, getting older and wisdom and knowing, what the signs are. But at that
Yeah.
time, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know those signs or what's going on. Like, nobody really cared about your mental health. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Put it together. Get yourself together. That's it. Yeah, but it's crazy.
Man, I
to
just got
see.
into a daze thinking about that. I'm sorry.
No.
'Cause that was just a
I know.
crazy part of our life right there. Like,
Yeah. It was a really low time.
handing out flyers, we on news, like it was a lot. So it's like, if there's any way that or anything we could do to try to prevent that, like, man, I'm all in. I'm just
Yeah.
like all in.
And it's good to have these outlets and having these talks on things like the podcast also, because somebody could be watching this and thinking like, yo, I'm in that space right now. And they need to know like that people care about them, their love. They have an assignment and a purpose on this earth, every single person.
Yep.
So I feel like knowing that, it matters. And what they say, I said it the other day, that like when you're feeling really, really low, you should find someone to serve. You know what I mean? Whether it's helping somebody with their groceries or knocking on somebody's door, seeing if they okay, just serve somebody. Because what it does is it shows that you are still needed in this world. So if you down
And
in the
clarify
dumps,
though, what do you mean by serve? Are you
when I say serve, I don't mean like in that way, like just do whatever. I mean serve like helping somebody.
right?
It could even be just saying good morning to somebody
Right.
that you normally don't say hello to. You know, just serve people in the world. Find someone or something if you can.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it shows that you're still needed.
Yeah.
So
No, I 100% agree.
I think, you know,
100% agree.
I think that's really good. That's
Good
really
deeds, doing good deeds.
good. Good deeds.
You say that, you actually always say that, like, you just never know what
You never know.
that brighten somebody's day up. Just by saying hi, hello.
Good morning.
Put a smile on
How
your
was your
face.
weekend?
Yep.
How you doing?
Man, you really care about my weekend? Like, wow. Okay,
yeah.
you know what?
That haircut is nice.
Come on now.
I mean, you ain't even got.
You talking to me or
even-
what?
I'm
What?
not even saying you got to walk around lying. If the shirt is nice and you know it's nice, say it's nice.
So the shirt and the haircut is nice?
Yeah. But
thank
I've
you.
never been a person to like. I like compliment people. I like seeing the smiles on people's face, or even if
My
they
face?
uncomfortable. Yes, you. But I'm talking about other people.
Okay,
babe.
I just
Like,
wanted to know.
I'm talking
I
about
just want
other
to
people.
clarify for all of y'all. She talking about me. Okay.
But even like other people, like
Yeah.
I noticed that sometimes like people that I don't normally talk to and I give them compliments, like they're like, well, thank you. Like I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Kindness is free. Free.
You're a nice person, Kenny.
It costs nothing to be nice.
You're a really nice person.
I told my son that the other day, be nice.
The oldest one.
Yeah.
Probably one or the other. I don't know what happened to him, man. Like,
He used to be so sweet.
he was just the sweetest 6-year-old, the sweetest 5-year-old.
He
And I
used to
know
be
all
so
of y'all
sweet.
parents out there like, yeah, welcome to the club of kids that don't care about you no more. But like, he was just the sweetest. Now he just wants money. He wants me to take him everywhere he wants to go. He doesn't say hi or bye.
No good morning.
No good morning. I mean, we're used to the good morning with the kisses on the cheek. I mean, not me, but mainly mommy. Like, mommy don't even get that anymore, and that's
Right.
saying
None
a
of
lot.
it. He's respectful though. Like he will, if he's
Yeah.
talking to an elder, he's respectful. But just like that random stuff, he doesn't do it anymore. He's a teenager. Like he could care less about us for real. And he just thinks I'm so embarrassing.
He probably upstairs talking about us right now.
No, the last podcast, he was like, you was talking about me on a podcast?
It's crazy.
I said, but you're my child. I can talk about you.
Let me tell you about her. You know what? I ain't gonna tell
Let's
nobody
not-
about
let's
you.
not do that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tell nobody about you. Don't
So we
worry
could just
about
end this off. Because
it. Yo, you see, listen, you see that right there? That was good communication between each other. I think we
Yes.
knew, and we say, you know what? Never mind.
we could just stop it here.
We be doing good.
We are. I'm proud of us.
We've been doing good.
Go us.
I mean, 16 years. No, like this. This is how everybody do it now.
I'm not good at it.
Heart check. No,
Jesus.
you might as well just do that. Hold it. Oh, that's the old way.
I don't know.
That's the old way. This is the new way.
Oh my God, stop. It is what it is. It
I
is
think this
what
one's
it
look a little
is.
better. Oh, look at how
It is.
the light go right through the heart. It's just the angles is perfect. Okay. But yeah. But
But
yeah,
I didn't
well,
ask you either. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you how's your heart today.
my heart is great today. I woke up feeling great. I'll tell you this, just to start off day, and it's really about how you start your day. And that's something that I'm working on. You know, I feel there's always room for improvement in your life, but when you get a good amount of sleep at night, oh my goodness, you wake up so early, you wake up refreshed. I'm one of those people that I like to be up till 2 o'clock in the morning, whether I'm on the computer editing or whether I'm playing Call of Duty. Oh my God. But last night, I got into bed with my wife, we watched a movie, and I was gone. It had to be about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Because I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, looking around, feeling so refreshed. Like, the only thing, I just want to start integrating mile runs every morning.
Yeah.
Like me, I'll do it, I'm just not consistent. Like, I'll do it for 2 days, and then I'll miss 3 months. I'm bad. But yeah,
You'll get it together.
I woke up feeling great. I woke up with a smile on my face. You made my morning a lot better. You know, by the time you got out of bed, it was an amazing morning.
You're embarrassing. Anyways,
Great morning.
anyways, that's good.
That's
I'm
good.
glad that you're like changing the way you wake up. Your morning routine is good.
Yes, our morning routine is good.
Yeah, mine is good though. I like to be very productive in the morning.
Well, you have a morning routine. I have a
Yeah.
morning routine, and then we have a morning routine.
Yeah, cause
I like our morning routine.
well, I like mines.
Okay.
I get upset when I don't do what I want to do. Like if I don't go like to the trail,
Yeah.
I'm all out of the place. Like it's ghetto. I'm upset.
You upset?
Yeah.
If our morning routine don't go through, I get.
Okay, I'm gonna end it here because you're just doing the most. You're embarrassing. Anyways,
Whoa.
I'm gonna leave it with this. I'm gonna say, if you see anybody that you normally don't talk to or normally don't have conversations with, say hello, say good morning, say something nice to them. Kindness goes a long way, right? Kindness
ma'am.
goes a long way.
The long way.
No, it goes a long way.
Okay.
Kindness goes a long way. It costs nothing to be kind. It's free. It don't cost no money, no energy. Just like sharing this video, it don't cost nothing.
Yeah.
It's free.
Kindness
So-
goes a long way. Love goes the long way. It's my new slogan.
I guess.
You just gotta you just can't let it go over your head. It went over your head. That's why you staring at me, but y'all know.
Okay, go off.
They know. Did you say go off? Okay, go off. Yo, that's crazy.
Because you being embarrassing.
Okay.
So.